Famous for his powerful performances in iconic roles, Samuel L. Jackson is currently dealing with a very personal and tragic event. The legendary actor's decision, spurred by recent devastating news about his wife, has shocked fans all around the globe. This moment, as he gets about to leave behind a chapter that has shaped him for decades, showcases his immense love and dedication to his family. Samuel L. Jackson has been a Hollywood mainstay for decades. What could possibly motivate him to retire? Let's go into the details and find out what's really going on with this sad news. Famous for his unique voice, charismatic stage presence, and extensive acting repertoire spanning several genres, Samuel L. Jackson is among Hollywood's most prominent and prosperous actors. Over the course of his 50-plus-year career, he has been in countless groundbreaking films, and his legendary performances have become cinematic classics. Growing up in a segregated culture presented Jackson with many challenges during his formative years. He was born on December 21, 1948, in Washington, D.C., and spent his boyhood in Chattanooga, Tennessee. In Atlanta, he enrolled at Morehouse College. Was planning to major in marine biology at first, but he changed his major to acting after realizing he loved performing. The civil rights struggle, in which Jackson got deeply immersed during this period, had a profound impact on his outlook and, in turn, his music. Jackson began performing in stage performances, where he worked to perfect his craft. Although his early film roles were mostly bit parts, his talent soon drew the eye of producers. The early 1990s saw his success as a result of his work with Spike Lee, the director. For his portrayal of the crack addict Gator in the 1991 film Jungle Fever, which received widespread praise, Jackson was honored with the Cannes Film Festival's Special Award for Best Supporting Actor. Nevertheless, Jackson shot to stardom after starring as Jules Winfield in 1994's Pulp Fiction, directed by Quentin Tarantino. Nominated for Best Supporting Actor at the Oscars for his performance as the philosophical hitman, which featured striking lines and a performance that audiences will never forget. The part cemented Jackson's status as an A-list Hollywood actor and cultural icon. Before Samuel L. Jackson became renowned, he was already married to LaTonya Richardson. The two initially met on the Morehouse College campus where Samuel was a student. They became close while performing in plays together as members of the Morehouse Spelman Players, even though LaTonya attended Spelman College. As a result, they became even closer as they learned more about each other. For instance, LaTonya, who had a deep love for the theater, and Jackson, who wanted to be an actor, were both aware of the difficulties performers encounter. Their early commitment and common goals set the stage for a marriage that would go on to become one of Hollywood's most legendary. Since their 1980 wedding, they have been a married couple. But Samuel L. Jackson's relative obscurity during their early married years presented certain difficulties. LaTonya was a rock of stability and support while he pursued roles relentlessly. She had faith in Jackson's abilities as a seasoned stage performer and was there to encourage him whenever he felt like he was falling short. They formed a life together based on trust, love, and support for one another's goals. While Jackson's popularity grew in the 80s and 90s, the band never wavered from its core principles. They both came up slowly but surely from nowhere to become Hollywood heavy hitters. As they triumphed over countless challenges side by side, their love became stronger. Because of LaTonya's unwavering support, Jackson was able to overcome his addiction, which he said was a real test of their marriage. He triumphed over those obstacles with the help of LaTonya's steadfast encouragement. They continue to be each other's rock, providing encouragement when things go wrong. Love, camaraderie, and trust helped Jackson and LaTonya get through some of the darkest times in their life as they maneuvered through the complications of celebrity. The two have maintained a strong bond and a devotion to family throughout their lives. Zoe, their daughter, has seen her parents' resilience and solidarity firsthand. Despite their notoriety, the Jacksons remain steadfast as a large family. Jackson and LaTonya are an unusually committed couple in a profession where weddings and divorces are commonplace. As far as their respective careers are concerned, Jackson enjoys watching LaTonya perform on stage and screen, and vice versa. The virtues of love, devotion, and respect have been exemplified by their 40 years of marriage. A woman of great dedication and skill, LaTonya Richardson has worked in the entertainment sector for some time. She was born in Atlanta, Georgia on October 21, 1949, and her love of acting began at an early age. She followed her heart to Spelman College, an HBCU that has always been committed to advancing the status of women. A veteran of the silver screen, LaTonya has devoted her career to the performing arts for more than 40 years. Her roles in A Raisin in the Sun and The Corner, among others, have brought her widespread renown on stage and screen. As a producer, LaTonya has been just as influential as she has been on screen. The Jackson business, in which she co-founded, is a production business that has worked on numerous famous projects. She has made a name for herself in the community and as an activist in addition to her professional achievements. LaTonya has also been an outspoken supporter of arts education and has been active in a number of nonprofits. She has had a long and fruitful collaboration with Samuel L. Jackson, with whom she has been quite supportive. Their friendship and work together show how much they care about and value each other's professions. Nevertheless, LaTonya Richardson has faced numerous obstacles throughout her life. Her life has revolved around her marriage to Samuel L. Jackson, a major player in Hollywood, even though she has been successful. They have triumphed over great adversity as a married couple and in the political arena, including the 1980s when Jackson was fighting an addiction. He had a rough go of it with a crack cocaine addiction in the 80s and 90s, which affected his professional and personal life. Serious problems in his career and relationships, particularly his marriage, plagued him at this time. In the midst of this terrible episode, LaTonya was an anchor of strength. Being there for me was just the beginning of her assistance. Assisting Jackson in his pursuit of therapy and recovery was an integral part of it. She urged him to face his addiction directly, realizing the seriousness of the problem. When it came to helping him get back on his feet and making sure he had the resources he needed, she was pivotal. When Jackson finally decided to check into treatment and start working on his rehabilitation, LaTonya played a pivotal role in his choice. She played a key role in establishing a nurturing atmosphere that aided in his recovery. In addition to providing him with emotional support, she also helped him in practical ways, like keeping a stable family life and navigating the complexity of treatment programs. A turning point came when LaTonya intervened, according to Jackson himself. He freely admits that his path to sobriety could have been far more challenging if she hadn't been there to constantly encourage and support him. He was able to beat his addiction and start over professionally because she believed in him. Despite the difficulties they faced, their marriage was able to overcome them and come out stronger. Struggling with addiction side by side strengthened their relationship and brought them closer. Jackson's recovery was aided by LaTonya's unwavering commitment and strength during his battle with addiction. Their bond is strengthened by their shared struggle and her unwavering support, which deepens their dedication to one another. Women have strength, and LaTonya Richardson is proof that with perseverance and the right people by your side, you can do anything. Nonetheless, LaTonya and her family appear to be in a state of complete collapse, according to latest reports. A family friend broke the terrible news to LaTonya and Jackson's fans. The acquaintance representing the Jackson family appealed for understanding and privacy while stressing the seriousness of the situation. Headlines reflected the anguish and worry of the couple's fans as news of the issue quickly spread. Quickly, members of the public voiced their opinions, some of which were more forceful than others. The outpouring of prayers and support for LaTonya and her family on social media was tremendous. This overwhelming show of support is proof that the couple's entertainment and charitable endeavors have a beneficial influence on many people's lives. Many of their fans and co-workers who were familiar with them expressed how much it meant to them. The tragic news has had a profound effect on Samuel L. Jackson. His loved ones say he has been in terrible agony and misery. This has been especially difficult on Jackson, who has always been quiet. Nevertheless, his resilience remains untarnished by the trials he has endured. Quite the opposite, his resilience has been strengthened by them. Having the support of his family, particularly his daughter Zoe and other friends, has been an incredible blessing for Jackson during these struggles. Samuel L. Jackson and LaTonya Richardson are inseparable when discussing legendary Hollywood couples. Their loved ones have faith that the couple's love will carry them through this difficult time. Spectacular support has been provided to Jackson by the fans. The man's spokesman thanked the world for its support and attention. He and his family have made it through this difficult time thanks to the support of the people, he said. Jackson has been taking time off work to care for his family, in addition to providing emotional support. When it comes to LaTonya, he has placed all of his other endeavors on wait. Many see Jackson as the perfect husband during this time because of the way he has treated his wife with dignity and compassion. During this difficult period, LaTonya and Jackson's large network of loved ones has been there for them. In an effort to brighten their spirits, some have planned small gatherings with family. At the same time, other people have offered to help out around the house. Members of the Jackson family's church have also been supportive, praying for them and providing whatever assistance they can. Throughout their entire life, their church has been there for them, praying and supporting them. Spirituality has always been an important aspect of their marriage, but it is now more important than ever. Even though the Jackson family is grieving, they take solace in knowing that they are not alone. No matter what, they can always count on the support of their fans and family. Samuel L. Jackson has been a major player in show business for nearly 40 years. His name is practically a byword for Hollywood success. He has played some of the most memorable parts in film history during his career. But as he moves on to the next chapter of his life, Jackson encounters a myriad of obstacles, both professional and emotional. His wife's recent struggles have had a profound impact on him, further complicating this trip. A number of personal difficulties that Jackson has been dealing with over the past year have had a major influence on his life. He probably rethought his life's priorities after these incidents, though no one knows the specifics. The recent events in Jackson's life have changed his outlook on his career, despite his long history of commitment and perseverance. He is still very much involved in a number of projects and dedicated to his work despite all of these changes. While doing so, he is also attending to his own affairs. In addition, he has spoken highly of his family, describing them as the rock upon which he can rely in these trying times. Anyone can attest to the difficulty of maintaining a healthy work-life balance, given Jackson's stature in particular. But he has shown respect for both his professional life and his home life by striking a balance between the two. Jackson has said in interviews that he has always put his career first, but that his personal life and family have suddenly taken center stage. It's not only about keeping track of time, it's also about making decisions that suit his feelings and what he needs right now. In light of recent tragic occurrences, Jackson no longer views his acting career in the same light. He seems to be becoming pickier about the roles he takes on, all in an effort to settle into his position at work. It would appear that Jackson is focusing on parts that are easier for him to play, perhaps incorporating his own experiences into his performances, given the difficulties he is encountering. One of Jackson's significant decisions is to avoid assignments that require extreme physical feats, which has brought him a lot of attention. The emotional toll of recent events is probably starting to show in his acting career, and he's starting to think about the kinds of roles he wants to do in the future. He may seek out jobs that prioritize character growth and self-reflection over action-packed ones as a result of this transformation. Jackson may be less active in initiatives in the future years due to his stated desire to spend more time with his family. He hasn't come out and said he's retiring or leaving the profession, but he's clearly thinking about the future of his career. There are a lot of possibilities for Jackson as he goes through this change in terms of consequences or future endeavors. Staying in the industry could be his choice. Pursuing a career in producing or directing positions that would enable him to have a meaningful impact in the entertainment industry apart from the pressures of performing on television. His background is in these areas, and he may use this time to delve even farther into them. This shift may also provide Jackson with a more flexible work schedule, which would be helpful for handling his personal affairs. Jackson might also go in a different way and put more emphasis on voice acting, in which he has proven to be an expert. This change would allow him to keep up with the industry without having to deal with the pressures of acting on film. Given his unique singing style and impressive stage presence, this may be an obvious and rewarding career path for him. Additionally, Jackson may opt to fund initiatives that hold personal significance for him. For example, those that allow him to work with people he has met in his professional life, or those that address social issues he is deeply committed to. As he commits his life to his art, his most powerful performances may come from this focus on purposeful work. One thing is certain: Samuel L. Jackson's future is anything but assured. His career is going through a period of transition right now. Whatever path Jackson takes in the coming years as he juggles personal and professional responsibilities will, in the end, determine the course of his legendary career in show business. Fans from all across the globe rallied behind LaTonya Richardson, and the entire world watched in pity. A plethora of supportive remarks and popular hashtags paid homage to the celebrity's courage on social media. Many people took to Twitter and Instagram to express their condolences and hope that she gets well soon. On her fan pages, people lavished her with affection by donating artwork, films, and precious memories. Fans were there to mourn with her, but they were also there to urge her to be strong in the face of adversity, and the internet became a haven for her. Fans were more than simply admirers, as these messages showed. Their bond went beyond that of a typical celebrity and fan. They were more like friends, rising to a very individual level. It is hardly unexpected that this sentiment was shared throughout the entertainment business, considering its character. Members of the industry, such as directors, co-stars, and co-workers, have also expressed their approval. Performers often act like family in Hollywood, and this feeling of camaraderie was brought to light when fellow performers shared anecdotes. Her professionalism and warmth were lauded by her other performers who had worked with her before, and she had gradually gained their respect and adoration. The support of directors and producers was also extended. As an additional gesture of support, some even went to great lengths to set up one-on-one encounters. An overwhelming sign that even in a cutthroat industry, people are prepared to support each other through thick and thin was the response from the Hollywood community. Jackson and LaTonya's marriage has lasted for quite a while. Going through the ups and downs of the entertainment industry and life in general, they are still completely devoted to one another in the future. After committing so much time and energy to their careers, they have expressed a desire to spend more time with their families, friends, and personal life. Therefore, they have dropped hints that they may retire from public view. They are thinking about reducing their work responsibilities, but they haven't made any firm retirement arrangements just yet. They know that once they've made it big in their careers, it's time to kick back and enjoy life. Samuel and LaTonya are prepared for everything the future brings thanks to their years of being together, whether it's a trip, some charity work, or just spending time together. They are widely considered to have narrated one of the most beautiful love stories ever told in cinema. They have left an indelible mark on the world of partnerships, enduring the trials and tribulations that come with being in a committed partnership, while also inspiring numerous other couples to do the same. Unlike other couples in show business, their closeness influences both their personal and professional life. Many have found inspiration in their love story, which demonstrates that love can triumph over all obstacles. Those who have witnessed their unwavering commitment to one another through thick and thin will find strength and support in their relationship as they move forward in their careers.